Hello, my people. I hope you are out and enjoying the weather today. Well, I guess it depends on what part of the country you're in. I have the luxury of being in Florida right now. So I just wanted to do this quick video while I am out getting my walk. I wanted to do a PSA for my folk out there that's about to experience some SAD symptoms as we come to November 2nd, where daylight savings will be ending. RIP to sunlight, okay? So if you don't already know, starting November 1st, we're going to be doing a walking challenge where the Venetians are aiming for a minimum of 10 miles of walking per week, which roughly works out to a little over a mile per day. Because I'm very prone to staying in my bed. I'm not a very active person, right? I'm either deliberately doing something or I'm doing nothing at all. I work from home. I sit for 10 hours a day. And if I'm not doing that, I'm probably doing something that's very, very low activity. So for a person like me, counting my activity for the day is not going to get me very far because I don't have very active days. So I have to be deliberate and make sure I get up, get outside and walk, or walk indoors or do some sort of activity indoors. But we also have a way to track our progress as a group. And I have to say, some of you are already putting me to shame, which is why I had to make sure, to get up and actually get outside today. Because if it was up to me, I would have just skipped today. I would have just laid down. But there's this app called the Step Up app. And I shared the link on my community tab, so when you get a chance, go check that out. So the people that have signed up, we can see how much walking they've done for each day. And I'm in last with 0 steps. Well, I'm probably not in last anymore, but when I woke up, I was in last place with 0 steps because I hadn't got it out of the bed yet. I'm like, God dang. Like, this is kind of like embarrassing now. Like, now y'all can see that I ain't doing shit. I don't know if I like this. Like, I don't know if I like the idea of y'all peeping that I ain't been doing shit all day. So I got my ass up and I decided to come outside. So if you would like to track your steps or your walking with the group, just go ahead and go to my community tab post and sign up for the Step Up app. Now, it's very early in the season, but some of us, our bodies just knows when it's that time of year. Certain symptoms start to come up to the surface, even if it is early. So for me, that looks like not wanting to get outside, not wanting to exercise. Work starts to get a little chaotic or cluttered. Spaces start to get a little chaotic or cluttered. My eating has been all over the place. There's a lot of things that are coming up for me, so I know they're going to be coming up for other people, and I just wanted to discuss a few remedies that might help. We've already talked about the first one. Now, I did not consider getting out and walking last year. I'm definitely enjoying getting out and moving my body. So even as the weather cools off, like I won't be in Florida long, I'll be going back up north, which means, it's already chilly up there, North Carolina, especially in the evenings and the early mornings. So when I'm going out for my walk, it's gonna be chilly. And that is a no-no when it comes to SAD. Like, we don't wanna be cold. We don't want to be in the darkness. We don't want none of that. I still have to keep my mind focused on doing the things that I don't feel like doing, making sure I'm getting my water, making sure I'm working out, etc., etc. Now, another thing that we could be doing is making sure that we are being very consistent with our supplements. So this is a good time of year to start taking, if you don't already, vitamin D3 and K2. They go together, they work together. And of course, we know that vitamin D helps with our mood, helps with our energy, even helps with our sleep. But, of course, getting out into the sun, that's the quickest way to get your vitamin D. Get those supplements in and start building those levels up in your system so that as we transition into the next week, where we'll gain an hour of sleep, but lose an hour of daylight, oh God, it'll be rough, all right? It'll be rough. It's gonna be 5 p.m. on the East Coast, and it's gonna feel like 8 o'clock at night, but it won't be 8 o'clock at night. And that stresses me out really, really bad. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is our eating during this time of year. I have been eating like a maniac, even though I am on Zepbound 10 milligram. Now, the 10 milligram is doing its job. The 10 milligram is not the problem. I always say if you're on a dose where you can't eat anything, your dose is too high. So my dose is just right. It's where I can eat if I need to, but I'm rarely ever hungry. Well, despite being rarely ever hungry, I'm still eating like a goddamn crazy person. And I'm making all of the wrong food choices. This is really important, right? This is not just about weight loss. This is about getting your mind right. If it's not, or if it is right, keeping it right, okay? It's very easy to lose focus and start doing the things that just make us feel comfortable versus what we actually need to be doing to be productive. And some of that does revolve around our eating decisions. So if you suffer from symptoms of SAD around this time of year and you start to cope with that through eating, but not just eating, making the not the most productive food choices, then the only thing you can do about that is to recognize it and take accountability for it and make a different decision. You know you should be cooking. Like, I know some of us are busy, we got jobs, we got kids, we got parents to take care of, like we have stuff that we're doing, but like there's no reason that we should be eating out 7 days a week, twice a day, 6 days a week, twice a day, 5 days a week, once a day. You know what I mean? So make sure you're putting effort into your grocery shopping and or delivery, right? Use the tools that are available to you. If you got to get your groceries delivered and pay an extra $5, pay the $5. Make your life a little bit easier. You know, take something off your hands. That can help reduce some stress. You don't have to take that trip to the grocery store if you don't want to, but make sure you're being conscious and putting an effort into your grocery shopping and not just buying the groceries, but cooking them. I have a habit of getting them and then still going to eat out for the rest of the week. So I've decided enough is enough. I made a choice that moving forward, I'm only gonna be eating out once a week because that's what works for me. And of course, you just pick the amount that works for you. If any eating out at all, you know, the less the better. But the point is, we want to make sure we are intentional in our decision making and not just kind of running on autopilot, because that's how we spiral into those symptoms getting worse. Now, the last thing that I want to go over is how we dress. Y'all are going to hear me talk about how we dress for the rest of the year, okay? Because I've lost 60 pounds and it's only now that I've gotten to the point where I've made up my mind that I officially am no longer wearing clothes that look stupid. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Like, I work from home. I've been working from home for 2 years and I've been living in leggings and pajamas for 2 years. No bullshit. Like, I live in leggings, sweatpants, tank tops, and pajamas and Crocs. That's it. That's all I got. One part of that was, you know, I gained a bunch of weight in 2023 leading into 2024. I gained a bunch of weight, so nothing fit. That was part of that. Part of it was me working remotely. So when I would get up in the morning, I didn't feel like getting dressed. Even if I took a shower, I would just put some pajamas on and go to work. And then of course I started on Zepbound, started losing weight, but my feelings about my clothing decisions didn't change. I still didn't want to get dressed. I still didn't want to like put any effort into my clothing. And we were talking about this recently on a live stream. Now's a good time to tell you to like and subscribe and set your notifications, because if you're missing my live streams, what are you doing? Come have conversation with us live. So we talked about this on my live stream, and I'm like, you know, I made up my mind. I'm done. Like, I'm not trying to necessarily look my best every day, but I am no longer wearing clothes that I don't like, clothes that I don't fit, because of a scarcity mindset and because of just being comfortable in my 2X, 1X clothes. I was just like, you know, just wear what you got. It don't matter if it's too big. It don't matter. You know, my clothes are my safety blanket, my security blanket. Just wear what you got. And when you get to your goal of losing 100 pounds, you can go shopping. Even though I hate shopping, I have shopping anxiety. I hate shopping in stores. I hate it. I don't want to do it. I chose a safe option and I chose activewear. I went to the Nike outlet and I got me some pants, some leggings, some sweatpants again, and some shirts and some tank tops. And it turned out I was about 2 to 3 sizes down from the clothes the clothes. Oh God, I'm tired. From the clothes that I had been wearing. So while I was wearing, you know, large this, extra large that, 1X that, I'm really a medium. I'm a medium top and a large bottom. So that step of actually getting some clothes that fit kind of opened my eyes to how I'd been just honestly walking around looking a hot goddamn mess, looking sloppy for the past, especially the past year while I was losing weight. Past 2 years, but you know, especially the past year as my clothes, while I was getting smaller and smaller, my clothes were fitting bigger. I was just looking a goddamn mess. I was just looking a mess. So it still took a little time to transition into how I feel now. One of the things that got me together was the idea of making sure you look good, making sure you feel good, put on things that fit, you know, put effort into, you know, your hair or your clothing or your makeup. I'm not a makeup girly, so I try to focus on the other 2 out of the 3. Anyway, the point is, there is a little bit of a lazy mindset. Like, please don't come for me in the comments because I'm going to come back respectfully out of love. You know, I always give you guys opportunities to push back and disagree, and we can actively disagree. So no problem. Don't be afraid of leaving your comments. Just keep it respectful, but you can be honest. But there is a little bit of a lazy mindset behind not wanting to get dressed. And I would consider this dressed, right? Because I'm dressed for the activity that I'm doing. I'm going for a walk, so I'm dressed to go for a walk. I guess I'm just coming from a place of like, I would dress like this going everywhere. So whether I was going to get my hair done, my nails done, grocery shopping, going to the vet for my dog, going out on a date, like I would dress like this to go everywhere. And I guess my point is just to say, one, dress for the occasion, right? You don't have to be all looking 10 out of 10 everywhere you go. If that's your jam, that's your jam. But just look presentable, and not for other people, for yourself, right? Because if you look presentable, you'll feel good. Like, you'll feel presentable. Now, I did get some pushback on this. So to that I say, if you've lost a significant amount of weight, right? I'd say more than 30 pounds, and your clothes don't fit and that makes you feel good, then be confident in the fact that it makes you feel good. But a lot of us don't feel good in our clothes that don't look good. We don't. But we're not ready to take that step, whether it's for insecurity reasons or financial reasons or emotional reasons. We're not ready to take that step and put ourselves out there and get some new clothes and find things that fit, especially if we've spent a good portion of our lives experiencing shopping anxiety or just not being able to find our sizes and things not fitting. I get all of that. And for those of you that are working through it, I'm so happy that you are working through it. But at the end of the day, we all have to make a choice. And I'm just challenging people, right? I'm going to be a broken record about this because I'm taking this seriously. I am challenging people to take a little step. And a little step would be find something that fits. It doesn't even have to be something that's new. If you've been wearing baggy clothes, if you've been wearing unflattering clothes, to you, not to other people. If you've been wearing things that don't fit or they're an inconvenience, like I was walking around in sweatpants that were 2 sizes too big and I would be walking and they would be falling off and I would just let them fall. Whatever. Now for my work from home girlies and guys, stop going to work in your pajamas. I'm sorry, just stop it. I did it for 2 years. So I know people are going to say it doesn't matter, but it matters. It matters. It matters to you, not to the people you're working for. I'm telling you, especially, like, remember, this is the context of going into the season of SAD symptoms. How you present is how you feel, right? Even when no one else is looking. Ooh, just because you work from home, right? You're like, no, nobody's looking. You're looking, okay? You're looking, you're feeling, you're experiencing. So get your ass up, get in the shower, put on some lotion, and put on some clean clothes, and then go to work, okay? Or if you're going for your walk, get your ass up, put on something cute, go for your walk. If you're going to the grocery store, don't go to the grocery store looking like you just got out of bed. Now, if you want to wear activewear, that's fine. If you want to wear something comfortable, wear something comfortable. But don't wear what you just woke up in. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to the office, whatever you're doing, we're at the airport. That's a whole video. You'd never catch me lagging at an airport. I always get dressed when I go to the airport. But everywhere else is like, y'all can kick rocks. So that's the effort that I'm planning to put in this fall. Every day that I get up, have something specific to wear. It doesn't have to be the nicest thing or the most expensive thing, but it's the intentionality behind it that counts the most, okay? So I've been running my yapper for long enough. Again, if you want to track your steps with the rest of the community, go ahead and join the Step Up app that's posted on my community tab. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment. Even if you got to curse me out about what I said, not about what you think about me personally, okay? All right? And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.